there's this insane story that has now come out about an entire transgender family. It's a local news station in Arizona. They've run a glowing piece on a family that is in transition, as in the whole family. So you've got Daniel Harrett, the father of the family, a 41-year-old biological female who identifies as a man. And then there's Daniel's daughter, Mason, an 11-year-old biological female who now identifies as a boy. And his son, Josh, a 13-year-old biological male who identifies as a girl. Okay, Harriet's fiance is also transgender. Shirley Austin is a biological male, described as tall and blonde and smiley, who claims to be a woman. So in this picture, you can see the blonde woman is a man, the black-haired man is a woman, the boy wearing the black shirt is a girl, and the girl wearing the white shirt is a boy. Right? This is the case that they are now making. Okay, so I have my doubts. Let me just suggest, I have my doubts that all of this is entirely genetic. Okay, there's this argument that's been made that everyone who is transgender, there must be some genetic factor that turns everyone transgender. The idea that everyone in this family is transgender and there's no environmental impact, that a parent deciding that sex is arbitrary and can be changed that has no impact on kids, it's just insane to me. In the same way that the suggestion that sexual orientation is completely genetic. I'll admit that I think part of it is genetic, but the idea that all of sexual orientation is completely genetic, I find completely unconvincing, particularly because identical twins are not 100% of the time either gay or straight. It's only about 50% of identical twins who are both gay or both, where both twins are gay. Meaning that very often identical twins who are biologically identical, one twin is gay and one twin is straight. Right? Which means there is an environmental component to this. The point here is that if you have people who are preaching to their children that sex is completely malleable and that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy, this might be confusing to children. And it might be damaging to children because making a child gender dysphoric, heightening the chances your child is going to suffer from gender identity disorder does not make their life easier. It makes it significantly worse and harder. The reality is that maybe these kids are gay, right? 60 to 90% of all kids who identify as transgender grow out of it, and most of them identify as gay or lesbian in the future. But the idea that this entire family is just genetically gay, or rather just genetically transgender, I find very hard to credit. If that were the case, transgenderism, I assume, would be a much wider phenomenon, and it is not, statistically speaking. Josh says he was 6 or 7 when he knew it was a girl. I do wonder at what point Josh found out that his mother was in fact his father. And Daniel says that she knew she was trans. Quote, last year Joshua wanted to join the Girl Scouts despite being raised a boy. That's when Daniel was introduced to a word he had never heard before, transgender. When I finally looked it up, I realized, oh my gosh, they're trans, and I know it's true because I am too, and it's been my whole life. Amazing how it never occurred to you until it turns out that other people in your family did that. And this is not, confusing children is cruel. Confusing children is evil. Pretending that sex is completely malleable is evil. And to subject children to this sort of activity is risky at best and harmful at worst. Okay.